Yo, it's your boy, Orion, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. We got Super Bowl 55 predictions, picks, and all of the above with your boy, Orion, and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So right now I'm watching a little AEW Dynamite. I got NXT that I need to catch up with as well. But in the meantime, I figured I would do my Super Bowl 55 predictions, picks. Who has the advantage going into Sunday? Is it the Kansas City Chiefs, the champs from last year, or is it my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the hottest team going into Sunday? So is it going to be the best team, the overall best team in the Kansas City Chiefs, or is it going to be the hottest team, possibly my Tampa Bay Buccaneers? NWSF Chain Gang in the building. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. And again, I'll wait for a few people to hop in the room. Got a new little format that I've been playing around with the camera, the angles, to make obviously the image of myself look a little bit bigger. But again, this should be fun. I mean, we're getting very, very close to Super Bowl Sunday. My boy Swaggy P will be in the building with me as well. So I can't wait. I mean, I got a lot of things that I want to go over. We'll go over the advantages with the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers, the tight ends, the offensive line, the D-line, the linebackers, and the secondary. So it'll be exciting to see how it goes. Again, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Like I said, I've been playing around with the camera as well, just to see what kind of images that I can get, how big that I can make myself on the screen with the green screen. So I'm going to be kind of playing around with the way that it looks, and you guys can give me feedback if you want it closer up like this, or if you want me to be kind of farther back like I had it before. But I can always play around with the size of how I'm going to be approached on the green screen. I kind of like it bigger like this, so that way you guys can see the chain. You guys can see everything here. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. Lenny D, what it do, man? It's almost time. It is almost time. And I can't wait. I'm almost still on cloud nine, with Tom Brady actually just like kind of realizing the fact that, you know what? I'm in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's win time. It's go time right now. And like I said, next year, Chris Godwin might be gone. Levante David might be gone. Rob Gronkowski might be gone. Fly like a butterfly, sting like AB might be gone. So there's no guarantee if we win or if we lose this Super Bowl that we're going to be able to retain the same type of championship caliber team. But like I said, I am excited that, we are getting closer and closer to this point. And like I said, Super Bowl 55, picks and predictions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So I was going to do this video on a Thursday or a Friday, but you know what? I've always, been putting in the time for the film study, with the reading. And like I said, it seems like the Super Bowl, when you have that 2-week period from the AFC, NFC championship game, it takes fucking forever. So I figured, you know what? I'll hop on a day early and do the video, and I can watch some wrestling, obviously, at the same time as well. Lenny D, we have a little back and forth, obviously, with the Bullet Club and the NWO. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan as well as an NFL football fan. Things are starting to get better and better, with WWE. I can't really talk too much about Bad Bunny, Shaq, all right, and Snoop Dogg trying to get in the ring and whatnot, all right, but I'm going to keep my WWE network all year. So all the NXT takeovers and the NXT pay-per-views, I'm going to do live stream watch parties for those. Every single pay-per-view throughout the rest of the year, I'm going to do those too. And like I said, it's going to be a fun time as we move forward. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And like I said, hopefully we'll get a few more people to hop into the room. Like I said, I normally do live streams around 7 o'clock to 7:30 Pacific time. So I know on the East Coast, that's around 10 o'clock. It's a little late, but, it is what it is. But let me acknowledge y'all in the room. Lenny D in the building, what to do. He said, how the fuck Chiefs get a haircut from a barber who just had COVID? That was really dumb. And Patrick Mahomes was going to be up pretty soon after, a few more people got their cut. But at least they got that cut, and they cut it off. Two guys, obviously got, pulled for the COVID protocol. I get it. And we don't want to have a Super Bowl without Tyreek or Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes. At least I wouldn't want to play a Super Bowl if those guys were out. Even if they would be like, move forward with the game. I wouldn't want to move forward with the game. I want to be able to have them full strength, and I want to be as full strength as I can be at the game as well. Things starting to pick up for AEW and WWE. Agreed. That's big facts. Damon P. Aquadio in the building. What to do? Bucks win by 1. I want to be able to see what people think. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can have a few more people hop into the live stream, so that way if they want to put in, their predictions of the score, right? Who's going to win? The Buccaneers, my team, all right? Or is it going to be the Kansas City Chiefs? I imagine most people that are part of the Fanatic family are going to be rooting against me, rooting against Tom Brady, and they're going to be thinking, right, that the Chiefs should win. They are the best team in football. I get it. But I want to be able to see everyone's opinions, and like I said, I'll be able to go over what I feel the score will be. Obviously, everyone's got their own predictions. If it might be a lower scoring game, higher scoring game. I think one thing we can agree on, if we can't agree on the final score, right, on who's winning, is that we hope the game is in the 30s. Hopefully in the mid to high 30s. I don't think it's going to be in the 40s or the 50s. That would be crazy because, the defenses are pretty good for both teams. I feel player for player, my team is a little bit better on defense, but their defense with Spagnuolo and the guys like Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, he's amazing. First ballot Hall of Famer. They're very underrated. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And like I said, I hope people are going to get the notification for my live stream because I was going to do just a regular upload, for like maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But you know what? I was like, fuck that. You know what? I'm going to end up doing this live stream. And, I don't know what people are doing today. Obviously, wrestling was on yesterday. I'm going to be doing the Throwback Thursday next week and then moving forward, so you guys can put in your recommendations, based off of what you want to watch together as a watch party. I was thinking maybe WrestleMania 15, Rock and Stone Cold, maybe some old Nitros or ECW, maybe some old Super Bowls if you want to relive the past. I'm down to get together for a half hour to 3 hours, on Thursday and end up watching something, whatever that the fans want to do. If they want to watch an old school Super Bowl, I'm down. If you want to watch an AFC, NFC championship game, I'm down. If you want to watch a SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. I was looking at the WWE network on my phone. Holy shit. There is so much content in there. So Lenny D, it might be you, it might be me, and a few others to start off, but I know as we do it over every Thursday after the NFL season ends, I think it'll pick up, and there'll be more and more people that want to join us and watch together. Like I said, you can put it on your phone, you can put it on your computer, but just to relive and being able to watch it together, and maybe I could even call, play-by-play and, color commentary for some of the old games prior to when this channel started. So, I could do an old school AFC, NFC championship game. I could do Niners Cowboys, with Steve Young going against Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. I've always wanted to be able to kind of call those old school games that have had Madden and Summerall that, obviously when we started the channel in 2017, those are the ones that you're going to be able to see, and really only from 2019, 2020, because the first couple years, it was just straight, reaction videos. So, I love to be able to go back and watch British Bulldog, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and I know you love Shawn Michaels, Lenny D, so that'll be something that we could do and really enjoy it. And like I said, it's one thing to watch it when you're on your couch or in bed, lounging, right, doing your thing, but to watch it with someone that that loves it just as much as you, it would be almost like we're watching it together in the same living room. Like, what would we say to each other if we were watching these things? I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it. Super Bowl 55 predictions and picks with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Only one person has so far. It's okay. I don't blame you. NWSF Chain Gang in the building representing. So smash that like button for your boy. More and more people, when they get the fucking notification, they'll see the new look. Obviously, when I zoomed in the camera to make my big fat head look bigger, all right, on the screen. And you guys can let me know if you want to keep it bigger like this, because there's not a cutoff point now. So I can go pretty much everywhere on the screen. Before, there was only so much where I could go, right? And then it would cut off. So at this point, you know what I mean? I'm there, all right? I'm there. You're pretty much on the screen. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. And like I said, Super Bowl Sunday is just right around the corner. I'm really excited. Regardless if we lose, no excuses. It's going to be a lot of fun. And this is one of the more anticipated Super Bowls I feel in a long, long time. Could it be the passing of the torch kind of game? Of course, Tom Brady losing, right? And passing the torch, right, to Patrick the Clone Mahomes. We already know, at least I do, the Chiefs are going to have many, many opportunities to rack up Super Bowls and AFC Championship game wins. It's just a matter of fact. How many Super Bowls does Mahomes end with will determine on free agency, who's the head coach after Andy Reid, if it's Eric Bieniemy, right, if they can find a replacement for Travis Kelce down the road, and Honey Badger and some of these key pieces that will be getting older, right? And their dominance in that division, who's going to step up and battle them? The Buffalo Bills, and maybe the Cleveland Browns, the Steelers, the Ravens. There's going to be other teams. But, I think we can all agree it's looking like the Chiefs are going to be the majority, the top dog. If you're going to bet on one team in the next 5 years to get to the AFC Championship game, everyone should say the Kansas City Chiefs should be the most likely team in the NFL to get to that game, right? But as far as the others, it's a crapshoot. The other AFC team could be Pittsburgh one year, Ravens next year, Bills the following year. Who the fuck knows? Maybe even Cleveland, all right? But on the NFC, it's a rotating fucking door. Bucks 1 year, maybe Saints 1 year, Seattle 1 year, Rams, obviously with Stafford. It's just going to be a rotating door. All right, you feel me? Bang! Odin Child in the building. What to do? $5. Yo, Chiefs Kingdom. I was just waiting for a few more people to hop in the room. And like I said, I'll acknowledge everybody in the room. Lenny D's in the building. What to do? Damon P. Aquadio says, Bucks win by 1. We will see. No Clan Jolly says, go Chiefs. In the building. Hey, win, lose, or draw, whatever happens, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Wherever it goes, whatever happens, I will be ready for it. He said, I can't watch it because bum-ass AT&T ain't a provider for NFL Network anymore. Are you talking about, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the Super Bowl? Super Bowl should be on CBS, right? I imagine that's going to be on there with Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. So you should be able to watch it, right? So one of the best WrestleManias of all time, WrestleMania 30, streak broken, Daniel Bryan magical moment. I agree. I would love to be able to go back and watch that as well. Ruiz, LA Rams in the building. Either way, Ryan will say I was right. LOL. Ruiz in the building. I will bet on the Bucks, man. So they're hitting on all cylinders and got the formula to beat the Chiefs D-line. Adventures with AG. Come on, bro. You know me. Bucks are going to dominate. Well, I like at least a lot of y'all are feeling that, hey, my Bucks have a shot. My Bucks could do it. All right? And I feel pretty confident as well. You know what I mean? The Chiefs are the best team in football. I'm not denying that one bit. All right? They are the best team in football. Period. Right? But who's the hottest team? Who's the healthiest team? You can be the best team, capital B, right? But with capital H, who's the hottest and who's the healthiest? And that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm not too sure if this team is better than last year's team. Last year's team is great. Right, Odin Child, I totally get you. Every Chiefs fan wants to run it back. But there's got to be a little bit of doubt. Because if you look at the key positions that I'm going to go over, all right, we can kind of go over what we think is better or who has the advantage going into the game. So I want everyone to comment below if you already have it in your head, right, who you think is going to win if you haven't commented that already. All right, if you have a score in your head, what you think it might be, comment that below. And while you guys are doing that, let's break down the rosters, all right? Who has the advantage going in to Super Bowl 55, okay? So with Super Bowl 55, obviously I'm not going to acknowledge a Hayda and Young Nola because anything that he says is Saints related, and that has nothing to do with the live stream right now. Facts. All right. But I'm glad you are in the room, Nola. What to do. All right. So number one, if we're going to go over the head coach, all right, who has the advantage, Andy Reid or BA, Bruce Arians? If we're just talking about head coach, that's a no-brainer. All right, I call it right down the middle, right? I'm not a fucking hater. Andy Reid is arguably a top 5 coach all time. All right, Andy Reid has got the advantage. He's got the experience. He did it with Philly, right? Numerous NFC championship games in a row. We remember that with Donovan McNabb and then ending with T.O. They didn't get the Super Bowl, but they kind of built the standard on how great it is, okay? How great it is. Now, if you go to BA, Bruce Arians is the quarterback whisperer, but to get himself on the map to be one of the best coaches, of this generation, right? He's got to win, obviously, on Sunday to add to his repertoire, all right? To add to his trophy case. So, obviously, right there, Andy Reid. Number 2, right? If we want to go play callers, all right? On the offensive side, Eric Bieniemy, no doubt, all right? You got Byron, You got Byron Leftwich, and he's going to end up getting a head coaching job at some point, just like Eric Bieniemy, right? But if we look at that, it's a landslide. All right, there's no argument for Leftwich, right? Period. There is no argument for Leftwich, all right? He does have some good play calls and good chemistry, but he's nowhere near Eric Bieniemy. Facts, all right? If we want to switch over to the D coordinator side, all right, Steve Spagnuolo or Todd Bowles. In my opinion, I like Todd Bowles. I think that we have the advantage. He's kind of like a Monty Kiffin. He's not as good as Monty Kiffin, all right, or Jim Johnson or some of these old school guys that when, Tampa was great, 02, 03, we remember the Steelers had one, the Eagles had one, and the Bucks have one. But I think the Bucks D coordinator, if you're going to go for that, you got the head coach, you got the OC, all right, but the defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles, wins that one, in my opinion, with the scheme and what they can do, all right? And then we can go to the next position, all right? We can go to quarterback. Obviously, I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, all right? NWSF chain gang in the building, all right? I know Tom Brady is a legend, all right? There's a little asterisk there with him and Belichick with the cheating and whatnot. But we all know Patrick Mahomes, the clone, is the best quarterback in the game right now. You put him on any team in the NFL, right? You're winning all your games, 15 games, 14 games, and even if you're on a shitty roster like the Jets, right? You probably could win with Patrick Mahomes and the current Jet roster. What would you guys say? 5 games? Maybe 6? With that shitty roster, bad coaching, even if they had Adam Gase, barely a running game, Jamison Crowder's nice, but even with a shitty roster, you put Mahomes on there, you're probably still winning 5 or 6. So that shows you how awesome and how great and how generational he really is. But even though that he's the best quarterback in the game, he should have more stats than Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady is more likely to throw a pick, right, in the game. That's facts, right? More people are going to pick Patrick Mahomes to be the Super Bowl MVP or the top guy. But we can never discredit Tom Brady, but the check mark, all right, will go to Patrick Mahomes, right? But it's not like Tom Brady's that far behind. If Patrick Mahomes is number 1 out of all the quarterbacks that were left in the playoff push, Josh Allen, right, Aaron Rodgers, he would have been sitting there probably at 3 above Josh Allen, but behind Aaron Rodgers. But it shows you, even when he throws 2 picks, 3 picks, just like Mahomes did, right? And a lot of cases when you throw picks, you still win because these guys are legendary and they don't make the big mistakes in the fourth quarter. Sometimes they'll make them in the third and fourth quarter, like we saw obviously with Tom Brady. But when it comes down to the clutch, you definitely can count on Patrick Mahomes. So Patrick Mahomes gets that check mark. But I do love Tom Brady and what he's brought to the team. I was a laughingstock in the NFL, right? And now the whole landscape has changed for Tampa Bay. We are no longer the laughingstock. We're in the fucking Super Bowl. So I don't care what it is, Anthony Ramirez Raiders in the building. You got to think how hard it is to change teams, right? Plus, with COVID, right? No training camp, no normal offseason to get the chemistry, right? Most guys that go to a new team aren't going to be able to overachieve and get to the Super Bowl in their first year. But it shows you also how great Tampa Bay's team really was these last couple years if they just had a guy that didn't turn the ball over. So, that, I feel confident and I feel good with Brady. Even if he throws for 2 or 3 picks, I still think that we have a legitimate shot, to win the game. Obviously, I'd love for him not to throw any, but realistically, we're going to take chances. We're going to go for touchdowns instead of field goals. All right, so he might throw an occasional 1 or 2 picks. As long as they're not pick sixes, it's not going to hurt us that bad, and that's facts. So the edge goes to Mahomes, all right? Next up, the running back position. Let's say both guys are healthy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, stud rookie from LSU, right? And Le'Veon Bell. Or you go Rojo and playoff Lenny, Leonard Fournette. Me personally, I'm a Bucs fan, right? So I'm kind of leaning a little bit more lately based on the gameplay and the health. I'm going to go with the Bucs. You can say it's a push, if you're not biased, you know what I mean? Because we know Clyde Edwards-Helaire, when he's healthy, is amazing, right? But Le'Veon Bell is not as good as I feel Leonard Fournette. I feel Leonard Fournette is a better player than Le'Veon Bell at this stage in their careers. All right, not saying that Le'Veon Bell can't get it done, but if you're going to go for one or the other, Rojo and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a push, right? But if you think about it, Rojo is more consistent this year than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, it's all about opportunities and the game plan and obviously what you're doing. You're trying to throw the ball a lot more on Kansas City's side. I get it, right? I like Rojo more than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but you can say that's a push. But the advantage is playoff Lenny over who? Le'Veon Bell. So if you're going for 2 on those 2, you can say it's a push. But I like the Bucs running backs to play better. I think they are the better running backs as a duo. Either one could get 100 yards and score once or twice. I don't think you can say that for Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Le'Veon Bell. I mean, you might be able to get some goal line touchdowns, right? You are playoff Lenny D. All right, but playoff Lenny, you could get a surprise MVP, right? You might get a defensive player like Tyrann Mathieu or JPP or Shaq Barrett. If it's not Tom Brady, right? If it's not Patrick Mahomes, but maybe we have a year this year or in the near future where a running back gets it. What happens if playoff Lenny goes off for 140 and 2 touchdowns? You never know what could happen in the Super Bowl, all right? But I definitely like Fournette and Rojo over Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell at this stage of the season. I still think Le'Veon Bell's great and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is great, but they're not better than Rojo and Fournette. So advantage, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in my opinion. If you want to call it a push, you can. But if you think about that statement, Rojo and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a push. But who's literally better? Who would you rather have on your team in the Super Bowl? Le'Veon Bell or playoff Lenny, Leonard Fournette? And I think after you've seen what playoff Lenny has done this season, in this run, it's an easy answer right there. And it's definitely not Le'Veon, truly Greens, because you're a Saints fan and you a hater. All right, we're talking about the Buccaneers have the check mark for the running back position. Wide receivers, Tyreek the Freak Hill, all right, you could argue is one of the best in the league. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Yeah, you got DeAndre Hopkins and you got, Devontae Adams. It used to be Michael Thomas last year, but the impact of speed, obviously, is a no-brainer. He's a guy that can single-handedly change the momentum. Uncle Mo, someone call 911. He can do it. He did it against the Bucs earlier in the year for, over 200 yards, right, in the first half, 2-3 touchdowns. He can do it. But besides him, yeah, you got Mecole Hardman. Yeah, you got Sammy Watkins. Travis Kelce's a tight end, all right. And then you look over on the other side, I got Mike Evans. All right, breaking records, 1,000-yard seasons, 7 years in a row. No one's ever done it. Give my boy Mike Evans respect. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer, and he finally is on the map. Chris Godwin is a top 10 receiver in this league, and he's going to get fucking paid, hopefully by Tampa Bay, but realistically, probably another playoff team is going to pick him up. Fly like a butterfly, sting like AB. I think it's a little bit of an advantage, even if it was Sammy Watkins, even if it was Mecole Hardman. They're great. Right? Patrick Mahomes can put that football, right? Patrick Mahomes can put that football in the right spot for those guys to excel. But when those guys are hitting, who would you rather have? Tyreek Hill, who's amazing, right? Top 5. Some people say top 3. But is, Mecole Hardman top 10 in this league right now? No. Is Sammy Watkins top 10? No. Is Pringle top 10? No. Mike Evans is top 5, right? If you want to be a hater and say 6 or 7, that's your prerogative. Godwin is a top 10 wide receiver. If you want to be a hater, he's top 12. All right. And then fly like a butterfly, sting like AB is not even near the top 20. But when he's healthy, he can be just as impactful as a Mecole Hardman or a Sammy Watkins. So I feel at the wide receiver position, if you're looking at for player, we got two studs. All right, Mike Evans and Godwin, they got one. Tyreek to Freak Hill. And I think AB is on that same level with McCole Hardman where these guys could score and be an X factor. Advantage, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at this point. All right, tight end position. No-brainer, Travis Kelce. He's the best tight end in the league, hands down. No one else is close. George Kittle last year was the closest that we saw in quite some time. You know, you got Darren Waller from the Raiders, Mark Andrews, and a few others. All right, Gronk is nowhere near Travis Kelce. He might be able to make a couple plays on third down that I'm going to need him to, right? But him, Cameron Brate, O.J. Howard, O.J. Howard's been out for the year for quite a long time, okay? But if we're talking about tight ends, you could put Gronk, right? And you could put Cameron Brate, put them together. They're still not as good as Travis Kelce. Now, if we're talking about Gronk 6-7 years ago, with Kelce and how he's playing now, then you're going to be talking like 1-2 status, right? Kelce 1, Gronk 2. But this is no longer the same Gronk from years past. So, obviously, huge advantage, Travis Kelce. One of my favorite tight ends of all time. And we'll see what George Kittle can do. They're going to need a better quarterback than Jimmy G for him to be able to get to that next step. But I absolutely love everything that Travis Kelce does. He lines up as a tight end, but as we know, he's got speed like Kittle to play like a wide receiver when he's split out. All right, when he's split out, he can do everything. I love Travis Kelce. It's the biggest mismatch on any safety or linebacker in the game, period, okay? Facts. Travis Kelce's amazing. Advantage, Kansas City Chiefs. Next position, the most important, offensive line. All right, and with the positions that they've had, all right, with Mitchell Schwartz being injured, Eric Fisher being injured on right tackle and left tackle, they're banged up. But with that being said, the way they've rotated players this season and only dropped a couple games is truly remarkable. Right? Not many teams could be able to miss out on a lot of their top-tier talent, rotate backups. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is amazing. So they can obviously do quick passes, slants, screens, out routes, in routes, right? Curl routes. They can make the appropriate decision. They're the best at the RPO on the run-pass option, right? So even with those injuries, they have had a great success, up to this point. The Browns and the Bills, right? But with the Tampa Bay defensive line, it's a different story, all right? So the offensive line right now is the biggest weakness for Kansas City, besides maybe their secondary not named Tyrann Mathieu, based off not being 100% and being a little bit banged up. But with that offensive line, that could be the difference in the Super Bowl, all right? Because you got to win the battle in the trenches on the O-line and the D-line. And in my opinion, all right, with the O-line and D-line, Tristan Wirfs, Ryan Jensen at center. If you look at Donovan Smith, you look at all the Ali Marpet, you look at all the pieces, my offensive line is a top 10 offensive line in the league. The Kansas City Chiefs don't have a top 10 offensive line with these injuries, with Mitchell Schwartz being out and Eric Fisher being out. So I think that might be the advantage that Tampa can take advantage of to win this Super Bowl. Advantage, offensive line, by a long shot, by a fucking mile, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right? So if you go and break that down, it's almost split. You're going to have the head coach and you're going to have the O coordinator, the Chiefs. You got the tight end position on lock, right? But with the running backs, the wide receivers, and the O-line, I give the advantage to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the one that really matters the most, all right, is the offensive line. Tyreek and McCole Hardman can match Mike Evans and Godwin. No doubt. I'm not debating that either, right? If Cameron Brate and Gronk play just as good as Travis Kelce, that would be a shocker, right? No one would expect that. If Le'Veon Bell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire outplayed Rojo and Playoff Lenny, I would be a little surprised, just based on how they played, but it wouldn't shock a lot of people. If Tom Brady played better than Patrick Mahomes, right, would we really be shocked? Not really, because if Tom Brady plays a clean game, hands the ball off, right, and doesn't make those bad errors, and Mahomes gets that pressure, right, and he gets the sack lunches, yum, 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 like they did when the Raiders played him, right? With the D-line that I have, they're so good on Kansas City's side that if I sack them, sack lunch, yum, 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 like Aaron Rodgers 5 times in this Super Bowl, Kansas City can still win. We could sack him 5 times. He could throw 3 picks, and the Kansas City Chiefs could still win the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate respect, all right? That's the ultimate respect. But the thing that really matters the most to me is O-line and D-line winning the battle in the trenches. But how do you make up for that? An amazing head coach, Andy Reid, the best play caller, Eric Bieniemy, the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes, the best tight end named Travis Kelce, and the fastest player in the NFL, not Scotty Miller from Tampa Bay, but Tyreek the Freak Hill. But I think that is going to be a factor in the game. Offensive line, huge advantage for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay? Now let's go to the flip side, the defense, the D-line. So you got Frank Clark and you got Chris Jones, Stone Cold Jones. They're great. But if you're looking at player for player, all right, Vita Vea is back. He had a huge impact in that Packers game. You put Ndamukong Suh next to him. And then on the edges, you got JPP and Shaq Barrett, who switched sides, right, late in the season, right, which made the big difference, with double teams and the way that they approach swim moves, okay? So if you're looking at those 4 players, Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, and JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul, or Frank Clark and Chris Jones, advantage Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, am I saying that Frank Clark and Chris Jones cannot outplay those 4 guys? Of course they can. Those guys are amazing. All right, you put those 2 guys with Honey Badger, those are some of the best trios out of a 3 in the NFL. All right, you got Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt. You had, a nice Bud Dupree, a nice collection of a trio there. All right, but if you talk about playing big when it matters, is there a better trio from last season than Stone Cold Jones, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and Honey Badger? It's debatable. But I feel the way that Tampa Bay has been playing, the offensive line is better and healthier. The defensive line has more pieces. Advantage, Tampa Bay. Linebackers, not even close, right? I know Levante David is recovering from a mild hamstring pull. But if he's good enough to play, all right, Levante David and Devin White are my 2 favorite players. All right, so if you're going to be going over the linebackers that are on Kansas City and the linebackers that are on Tampa Bay, we have the best duo at linebacker in the NFL with Devin White from LSU, top 5 pick, and Levante David, the OG, triple OG. So that those guys are key instrumental parts of making plays in the Super Bowl. Advantage, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, in the secondary, as we go into the secondary and look at the position, all right, Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, a pick in every game. The only guy to do that to start his career in the playoffs in those 3 games, Washington, the Saints, the Packers, Ed Reed is the only other one. So there's an opportunity for him to get a pick on Mahomes. Not likely, but if anyone was going to get it, it would be Sean Murphy-Bunting. Jamel Dean, the nickel, the fastest out of my secondary, Antoine Winfield Jr. So if you look at those 4 pieces, right, compared to what they have, they got the best player overall in Honey Badger. But besides Honey Badger, can you really be confident in the other 3 guys or 4 guys that are going to be in the rotation? Advantage, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if you really look at special teams, I don't think Tyreek is going to be back there at that point. But the Chiefs secondary is not fucking better, Strick. You got one guy, you got Honey Badger. Based on how they've been playing, you guys played a bronze team that wasn't that good. You played the Bills. All right, we played Washington, we played the Saints, and we played Green Bay. Your secondary is not better than Tampa Bay's. I'm sorry. And you're going to come to a realization when we watch this game. I got ESP, and I've been telling you guys this for years. I called the Eagles beating New England years ago. Philly. You guys remember that? I said that they were going to win big by 9 or 10. What happened? The Eagles won. I don't get Super Bowl winners wrong. And yeah, my team is in the Super Bowl. All right? And there's a difference between being the best team, Kansas City Chiefs, or the hottest team, all right, and the healthiest team. I get it that Tyreek abused. You guys only won by 3 at the end of the day. You didn't beat us by 20 or 30 like the Saints did. And guess what? We lost the Saints week 1. We lost the Saints in week 9, right? 38-3. What happened in the playoffs? Exactly. You can abuse us during the regular season. But the Super Bowl at home, I'm telling you, we are going to bring our A game. And with the factors of the offensive line being banged up for Kansas City and our D-line be better than your D-line, that is going to be the big difference in the game. Yes, you have Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek, Travis Kelce, Tyrann Mathieu. They're going to get theirs. All right? They're going to get theirs. But don't fucking kid yourself that you're playing some Green Bay Packer shit defense, or you're playing the Saints, or you're playing Washington, or you're playing one of these other teams. You're playing a team that actually is a team. We actually have better players top to bottom, in my opinion. All right? You got the quarterback, you got the tight end, you got the wide receiver. I got you. You got the head coach, and you got the OC. But to make this team run efficiently, you got to have the O-line and the D-line, right? Stone Cold Jones, amazing. I love him, all right? Frank Clark, amazing, awesome. But besides those two, they're not going to outplay Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, and then obviously Shaq Barrett and JPP on the edge. All right? The Bucs defense is not a joke. We can get turnovers. We can get pick sixes. We can get fumbles. And obviously the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes is the hardest to turn the ball over from. You know, you don't get turnovers on the Chiefs. Right? It's very, very rare. All right? But if anyone can do it, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sean Murphy-Bunting, obviously 3 picks in 3 consecutive games. The Bucs defense is legit. If you look at it from top to bottom, we really don't have a lot of weaknesses. Everyone thought that the O-line and the secondary were some of the biggest weaknesses going into the season. And as we're starting to see, the O-line for Tampa Bay is top 10. The secondary for Tampa Bay, in my opinion, is in the top 15. You could argue top 10. They're young and they're raw. Sometimes Carlton Davis is going to get burnt, but he's a youngin'. He's a youngin', all right? Sean Murphy-Bunting is a youngin'. Jamel Dean is a nickel. He's a youngin'. And we got Antoine Winfield Jr. He's a rookie, all right? But as far as talent and bringing that together, we got one of the best, brightest, youngest secondaries in the NFL. Facts. So, like I said, you guys got the advantage at quarterback. You know, you guys got the advantage at Travis Kelce. You got the advantage with Tyreek the Freak Hill. But let's not sleep on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like we're just some shit team and we're going to get rolled on, all right? We got Brady. Our offensive line is better and meaner. Ryan Jensen will be able to fuck you guys up. He's going to be able to get to the next level, second level, third level, and make some plays. We're nasty out there on the O-line. Don't sleep on Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Yes, I know Tyreek the Freak Hill in most people's eyes is better than those two, but I got 2 top 10 wide receivers and AB. Who do you have? Tyreek and McCole Hardman, Pringle, Sammy Watkins if he plays. So it's pretty much Tyreek and Kelce, all right, going against Mike Evans and Godwin. And you can compare 2-on-2. Yours is better, all right? Yours is better, all right? But let's not sleep on Tampa Bay not averaging 30 points a game and playing good football. We are a very, very hot team. You slept on us against Washington. You slept on us against the Saints. You slept on us against Green Bay, all right? Kansas City is going to have plenty of opportunities to win Super Bowls. So if they drop this game to Tom and my Bucks, all right, it's not like you're not going to get there the next year or the year after, the year after. You're still going to have a lot of opportunities to win AFC championship games, go to the Super Bowl, and win how many? 2, 3, 4. And then we will see, based on replacements for Kelce, replacements for Andy Reid if it's Bieniemy, right, and all the other pieces, Spagnuolo, defense, Honey Badger, that there's a shot to possibly win more than 4. You know, if Mahomes plays for 15 years, is it that crazy to think that they might be able to duplicate something close to the Patriots in their 20-year run, where maybe they can win 5, 6, 7? Some of y'all don't think that's possible, but I think that they definitely can. You know, I'm not biased. I'm calling it right down the middle, all right? But you're not winning this game. I'm telling you right now, you are Chiefs fans, so you're going to think that. We're not the San Francisco 49ers. We're a lot deeper, all right? And even that being said, they were up 20-10, and then you guys fired off 21 in the fourth. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't have fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. We got Tom Brady, all right? The team is better overall, top to bottom. Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, B.A. This team is a complete team. This is a weaker team, in my opinion, the Chiefs from last year's team. Last year's team was better, all right? I think you guys can still repeat, and if you guys do, no one would be surprised. But if anyone has a shot to be able to get it done, we are a deeper team player for player, in my opinion, especially if Schwartz is out, right? And if obviously Eric Fisher is out, that's going to be huge going against JPP and Shaq Barrett. So, you know, we have to get multiple sack lunches, create turnovers. We're going to have to make the plays. And even with those advantages, We might still lose, all right? But I'm confident in my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, Super Bowl 55 predictions and picks with your boy Ryan, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the fucking channel. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, on the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. All right, the Chiefs are going to be the favored team every single fucking year they get to the Super Bowl. Every fucking single year. But that doesn't mean that there's going to be a team like the Eagles when they played Tom Brady in New England. Or when Eli Manning and that Giants team played who? Tom Brady in New England. Even though we thought New England was always going to get there and always win, always be that favored team. Every once in a while, if a team is a true team, they can come together. The Giants twice with Eli and Slick Nick Foles with the Eagles, they can make it happen. So we will see. All right, we will see. Well, everyone's going to be talking shit. The Chiefs fans are talking shit. The Bucs fans aren't really talking shit. We're happy to be there. All right. So if you really think about it, if you want to say everyone's talking shit, that's just you putting that shit in your own head, hoping that you don't lose. You know, being so confident that you're going to run it back and win 2, 3, 4, 5 championships in a row. But if it was so easy, how come we haven't had a repeat champ since 02-03? How come the Seahawks didn't do it? Right? How come Green Bay didn't do it? How come the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't do it? All right? How come they didn't do it? All right? Because it's very, very hard to win back-to-back. If anyone can win back-to-back, it's the Chiefs. I get it. All right, but we know in the NFL, if it was so easy to do, someone would have done it by 02-03. You know, it's been a long time. All right, it's been a long time. Super Bowl 55 predictions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Comment below on who you think is going to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, I know if you're a Chiefs fan or if you're a Bucs fan, you're going to be able to, you know, put your opinion. All right, but comment below who's going to win, and if you have a score in mind, all right, if you have a score in mind, you know, let me see the score. Let me see what you guys think. And I think most of us are going to think or want, you know, the game to go into the 30s, right? Like Shogun Harlem. I like that score, a 36-31. I think a lot of us are going to be in that, you know, 36, 37, 38 range for the winner. 31, 32, 33, 34 for the loser. At least that's what we're hoping. We want a good Super Bowl, a lot of points, not a 17, 13 game, not a 21, 17 game, right? Not a 24-20 kind of game, but we want to get into the 30s, all right? So comment below, and I want to be able to see what you guys think the score is going to be. Super Bowl 55 predictions and picks with your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. NWSF Chain Gang in the fucking building, okay? Smash the fucking like button if you haven't done it now. About half of you have done it so far. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. Another thing, as I'm looking at the scores, let me go here and see what you guys think. So let's see here. We got Bucks 36-31. We got Chiefs 38-31 from Chiefs Kingdom. We got Troll Patrol, NFC baby, 24-22 Bucks. We got Cyberpunk, Chiefs 28. Tampa Bay 17. 38-28 Chiefs. Ryan Schrick, obviously being a Chiefs fan, is going to be all Chiefs all day, every day. Shogun change it, 45-44. I don't think we're going to get in the 40s. You know, both defenses are underrated. Both defenses, are slept on. You know, so I think that getting into the 40s is a little unrealistic. 33-17 Chiefs. Calvin Griffin, as a Saints fan would typically say, having Tampa Bay get blown out. 25-22 Chiefs. Truly Green's another Saints fan. No surprise. Adventures with AG, 31-19 Bucks. 38-21 Buccaneers by Trump 2020. Ray, he says 41-38 Bucks. So we'll see. But this Buccaneers team is going to be a lot better than the Browns or the Bills.
I mean, we're on another level. You know, if you played the Packers or the Saints, you could say the same thing. The Browns and the Bills are not the Saints, the Packers, or Tampa Bay. All right, so we'll have to wait and see on how it goes. I feel in this game, right, it could go obviously either way. And next year, we might not have Chris Godwin, Levante David, and some of these other big studs, Gronk, AB. The best case scenario for y'all, winning this Super Bowl, right, and trying to win again and going back to back to back, right? Or at least winning this one and then maybe losing next year, right? But for us, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, haven't been to the playoffs since 2007, all right? Our best case scenario, not passing the torch, winning this year, right, and then winning next year by some miracle if we could actually get to the NFC Championship game again, and then maybe Tom riding off into the sunset at that point if he wants to walk away, all right? But who knows? I mean, both teams are great. Both teams got to this point. The Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in football, and they're going to be labeled the best team in football almost every single year moving forward. As long as they have Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek the Freak Hill, and a good chunk of these players, it's always going to be like that. But as far as a team, top to bottom, the big advantage is the O-line and the D-line. All right, just how the Eagles beat New England and Tom Brady back in the day with Philly, all right? So if you can win the O-line battle and you can win the D-line battle, yes, I get that you have the best head coach, you got the best OC, Andy Reid, you know, you got Eric Bieniemy, you got Kelsey, you got Tyreek, you got Mahomes. But if the O-line is banged up and we can get in there, we're going to cause some havoc, and it might be enough havoc, you know, with picks, tip passes, fumbles, where we might be able to steal some points and win the game. O-line, huge advantage. Tristan Wirfs, Ryan Jensen, Ali Marpet, Donovan Smith. The offensive line for Tampa Bay is healthier and a better unit right now with Mitchell Schwartz being out, Eric Fisher being out. Your right tackle and your left tackle are out. So I get it that you got Mahomes, but at some point that's going to be a factor in the game. We are going to get to Mahomes one way or another. He's not going to go the whole game without one sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. We're going to get him at least once. I'm hoping 3 to 5. Interceptions, Mahomes has a least likely shot to, you know, throw 2, 3, 4 picks. If anyone's going to throw picks, it's Brady, because we're going to go deep, all right? No biscuit, no risk it, no risk it, no biscuit. We're going to have to go deep, all right? But the defensive line and the offensive line obviously have more depth on Tampa Bay, and that's the reason why I feel Tampa Bay is going to win the Super Bowl. The D-line is better, the offensive line is better, and I think the running game for Tampa Bay is going to be better. Playoff Lenny and Rojo are going to outplay Le'Veon Bell, all right, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Running backs, advantage Tampa Bay. Offensive line, advantage Tampa Bay. Right? D-line, advantage, Tampa Bay. So, D-line is not a fucking push. So you're going to tell me Stone Cold Jones and Frank Clark, 2, is going to be better than Vita Vea, who is a factor, all right? Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, and JPP. You're fucking biased as shit, all right? You're biased as shit. Anyone that's not a Tampa fan and not a Chiefs fan would not say that 2 guys is better than the 4 that we got. Period. If you want to go Chris Jones and you want to go Frank Clark for JPP and Shaq Barrett is a push, fine. But we got Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh. Who do you got? Exactly. You don't. You don't have the same personnel. I'm not saying that Ndamukong Suh and Vita Vea are going to be those impact guys that we need them to be, but they're overall better players than who you guys have. That's facts. We do have a better secondary. We do. You got Tyrann Mathieu, but who else do you got? Who else do you got that you can count on game in and game out? All right? We got 4 guys. Antoine Winfield Jr., we got Sean Murphy-Bunting, a pick in every single game in the playoffs. Jamel Dean is a playmaker. He got a pick 6 on Rodgers earlier in the year. And Carlton Davis gets burned a lot, all right, but he makes plays, a lot of tip passes, and he's good in coverage. He's going to get peanut butter and, jelly, burnt toast once in a while, but he's still a good, young, and up-and-coming corner, all right? So, yeah, Sorensen and L'Jarius Sneed, I'll give you that, all right? But if you're talking about player for player, it is what it is. Everyone's going to have their opinion, all right? Everyone's going to have their opinion. But you guys aren't the same team as last year. Now, if you guys had Mitchell Schwartz, right, and you guys had Eric Fisher, right, and you guys were healthy right there, more and more people would go Kansas City. All right? Thornhill's great too. Love him. All right? But since you guys have that offensive line that's banged up, that's a factor. Don't act like that's not going to be a factor in the game. You know, just like if we had guys missing on our end. If Tristan Wirfs and Ryan Jensen was out, right? Even if we had the better record, we wouldn't feel as confident if we did have them or didn't. You got to have your studs in there at the right time. Super Bowl 55 picks and predictions. With your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. NWSF Chain Gang in the fucking building. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. So I got you guys to put in the score. All right, who you think is going to win. One thing I want to ask as well, do you guys like this camera view better than the one that has me farther back? Or do you like it farther back or closer up? Comment below, because I'm playing around with the camera angles as well. So if I do it like this, there's no cutoff. All right. If I do the smaller, where I'm, a little bit farther away, all right, there's a cutoff period that's like right here. So once it gets to like right here, it cuts off. All right. So I want you guys to comment below. All right. If you guys like it closer up with the camera angle with no cutoff, all right, or farther back, comment below and let me know. So that way I can kind of adjust the screen as we go and move forward. But I figured I would play around with it today before we get into the Super Bowl, and I might have it big like this moving forward. I think I will. I like it better closer up so you guys can see my fat face and my fat mug, all right? But I'm excited about it. I got AEW on right now. You feel the passion and the energy that I have in the game. We got Super Bowl Sunday. Woo! We are almost there. But I'll tell you what. One thing that Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans will not do, we're not going to cry. We're not going to complain. We're not going to bitch. We're not going to say conspiracy. We're not going to say Roger Goodell. We got cheated. All right, if we lose, we lose. I'm proud of what we were able to accomplish with Brady, and hopefully if we do lose the game, then next year the goal is to get back and win. All right, so it is what it is, but I truly feel the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this game. So my prediction, my final score in the game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 37, Kansas City Chiefs 33. So I don't think the winner is going to be by, double digits, 10, 20, 30. If it was, then Kansas City would be the one that would be winning big, not Tampa Bay. Facts, okay? I'm not stupid, all right? But I think it's going to be close enough to a game where it's going to go down to the wire in the fourth quarter. But I think Tampa Bay ultimately is going to find a way because of the offensive line, the defensive line, and the running backs. Advantage Tampa Bay, Rojo and playoff Lenny, Ryan Jensen, Tristan Wirfs, Donovan Smith, Ali Marpet over who? Eric Fisher not there. Mitchell Schwartz ain't there. Advantage Tampa Bay. D-line, Stone Cold Jones, Frank Clark. Good. But guess who's better? Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, JPP. Offensive line, defensive line, running backs. That might be the key for Tampa Bay winning the game. All right? Troll Patrol, 37-33. Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl, 4 touchdowns, 3 field goals by Suck Up. And it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be a classic. It's not going to be the passing of the torch, baby. All right? Oh, yeah. New world order for Life Brother. Bucks Nation is going to win the game. Oh, yeah. And the thing is, if the Chiefs win, right, which they're not, all right, you're going to get back there next year and the year after that and the year after that. So at some point, it's going to be like New England, all right? You go 9 times, you're not going to win them all. There's going to be teams like the Eagles, fly, and the New York Football Giants with Eli twice that find a way to win as a team. And what did those 3 teams have in common against Brady, right? Offensive line, defensive line, running backs. All right, they had a better running back crew, right, on the Giants, both of their teams, as well as the Eagles with the 4 horsemen, and then the offensive lines and defensive lines We're right there with New England's, if not better. All right, and guys like Derek Barnett making big plays at the end. I think Shaq Barrett and JPP could be the Derek Barnett in that situation when the Eagles played the Pats. So we will see. But I am excited. Super Bowl fucking Sunday. I'm going to do the live stream. My boy Swaggy P is going to be in the building. Wings, pizza, new World Order 4 life, brother. All right? Maybe some beers. I know my boy doesn't really drink too much, but maybe I'll bust out some Coronas or some shots. I don't know. I want to call a good game, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be Super Bowl. So the Bucs have running backs. We got Rojo and playoff Lenny, baby. That's better than Le'Veon Bell. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right? I named my fantasy football team Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He didn't really do that good this season. He should have been a lot better. All right? We were thinking that he might be Rookie of the Year. Like my boy Justin fucking Herbert won, even though I know a lot of y'all want Justin Jefferson to win. But guess what? Both guys are great. Both guys are on pace, to have Hall of Fame kind of careers. They got to be able to keep it up. All right? Obviously, having Diggs leave and getting a lot of opportunities, Jefferson could have won, but I'm proud of both of them. No one thought that Justin Herbert would be this good. Everyone thought Jefferson would be good on the Vikings. At least I did, all right? But a lot of y'all were hating on Justin Herbert, and that's facts. And he ended up winning the Rookie of the Year on the offensive side. You could have gave it to both. But that's big facts. But Rojo and playoff Lenny, all right, are going to ball out in the Super Bowl, all right? And that's big facts. But CEH, come on, let's be real. I'm a big fan of the Chiefs. I'm one of the biggest Chiefs supporters. You guys know this. I give the Saints love. I give the Chiefs love when they need to hear it and when they deserve it, right? But every single Chiefs fan thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be better. And don't even fucking come at me if you didn't. After that first week 1 game, we thought that he would be this incredible player, kind of playing like, who do I want to compare him to? Jonathan Taylor? We thought Jonathan Taylor was going to be CEH, all right? But CEH was no Jonathan Taylor, okay? Jonathan Taylor mopped the floor. I mean, it's part of it, game planning, play calling, scheme. But CEH did not live up to the expectations that we thought after week 1. A lot of bad games. And I had him on fantasy football, I know, but he should have been better, but he wasn't. So it is what it is. I still root for him, all right, and that's facts. I call it right down the middle. Come on now. Super Bowl 55, picks and predictions. Oh, yeah. With your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. And guess what? Devin White will be the reason, right? A big, big reason, if Tampa Bay wins the game, which they will, that we win because of him. He's all over the field. He's going to make the big plays. I need Levante David out there as well. But if you look at the players that we have on the D-line, the linebackers, and the secondary, all right, we just have better players, player for player. Player for player. You guys have Honey Badger, who you could argue is the best player overall on defense in the game, besides Devin White. I got you. I feel you. First ballot Hall of Famer. But what about the rest of the team? Honey Badger, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, right? Juan Thornhill. Who else? Snead? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we got way more. We don't have any weaknesses on the defense on any level. Secondary, safety, corner, linebacker, D tackles, D ends. We don't have it, okay? You guys have more weaknesses at your D-line and linebackers and secondary than us. Whether you want to admit it or not, it is. It's a fact. You guys aren't as good as us player for player on defense. And you're not better than us on the O-line either, all right? That's facts. All running backs are better. If you want to go with Tyreek, over Mike Evans and Godwin, we got 2, you got 1. I mean, the only one that you can undoubtedly say is Travis Kelce is a mismatch, right? Patrick Mahomes is a mismatch, right? But besides that, what else? What else, though? Let him know, Lenny. Let him know. Linebackers trash. They ain't no Devin White over there. They ain't no Levante David. Trash. All right? But we'll see. When you got a guy like Mahomes and Bieniemy and Andy Reid, you can make up. You can make up for it. I always give Chiefs defense credit with Spagnuolo, the most underrated defense in the league. All right, but you're not playing the Green Bay Packers. You're not playing the Saints. You're not playing Washington. You're not playing some booty-ass Buffalo Bills or fucking Cleveland Browns. You're playing Tampa Bay, and that's facts. Super Bowl 55 predictions. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 37. Kansas City Chiefs, 33. We'll see. We'll see. But that is the end of the video. I wanted to make it about an hour. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Get yourself buckled the fuck up for Super Bowl Sunday. I can't wait. Be doing the live stream with my boy Swaggy P. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Tampa Bay Bucks, champions, Super Bowl 55. My favorite player all time. Wears what number? Derek Brooks, 55. It's a sign from the gods, 55, Derek Brooks, Super Bowl 55. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning the Super Bowl. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Orion, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. I will see your ass there on Sunday. Live stream's going to be lit. I'll see you guys there. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, Saturday as we get into Super Bowl Sunday. Truly Greens, Saints hater. We already know this. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and get ready for Super Bowl Sunday. I love you guys. The best fans on YouTube, the Fanatic family. Peace. Go Bucks.